Hello, everyone. I'm sorry. Is your mic on?
No, it's not.
Hi, everybody. You want to start? Yeah, I'm doing apps. This is my colleague Cheryl Briggs. Christine, you're in the audience. Somewhere? Oh, she's our friend. She's our friend.
Hold it a little closer.
Okay, okay. Anyway, I didn't prepare remarks. I didn't bring tissues. You want me to? I have notes, so. Welcome everybody to the 2023 premiere. For the Character Animation track of the Emerging Media BFA degree program and the Animation and Visual Effects track of the Emerging Media MFA program. So I am, as Joanne said, Cheryl Briggs, the directing faculty advisor for the undergraduate character animation films this year. And before we get started with the screening, and in case you didn't know, this program is truly special, and it's a huge team effort. So I would like to introduce and thank so many who have supported our efforts to strive and achieve one of the best animation programs in the country. So we have a team of faculty, and not all of them could be here, so hopefully some of them are watching the live stream, and others are probably going to watch the live stream afterwards.
Yeah.
But, so Joanne Adams, and then there's Dr. Stella Sun, who is also premiering her latest and greatest music today, down at Dr. Phillips. KJ Matheson, Demetrius Dukes, and Christina Christie, who is here. I really want to thank our stellar faculty who are experts in not only the theory behind making animated films, but also in the application and teaching of the tools and technology in order to do so. Their list of accolades is too long to mention today. They genuinely go above and beyond to mentor both undergraduate and graduates of our highly ranked program, not just academically, but also through some difficult soft skills and life lessons learned while working together as a team over the time that they spend in our program. So, thank you all, faculty. I would also like to thank our administration and staff, and so I noted a few people that came in. I saw Dr. Rudy McDaniel. There he is in the back. Joe Newley standing in the doorway in the back. Hannah Estes, who's up here running our live stream for us. Is anyone else here that I missed? Okay. Again, without their support, and believe me, there's a long list, so instead of going through all their names here, please pay attention to the credits at the end. After you see your students' name provided with all the amazing things that they did, there is a special thanks card at the end that thanks the administration, but also I would like to shout out to UCF IT, who without their help, we wouldn't have any tools or films to speak of. Along with John Matillo at FIA, who's basically the render farm god and king for us, who makes sure that everything is smoothly running and rendering all the frames out. So, next on my list is, let's give all the administration staff a round of applause. So the next on the list is the family and friends of our students. So if you are family or friends, you can stand up or raise your hand. So we want to thank you all for your support. Without you, we wouldn't have our students. So thank you so very much. Alright, so now I want to introduce to you both of our teams, the undergraduate teams. I'm going to start with Superstitious. If you could please stand up and get recognized. Everyone who is on the Superstitious team. Frostbite, please stand up. So I have some words for both teams. And also, a lot of it applies to our MFA students as well. I want you to know how proud I am of all of you. You've worked incredibly hard for all of the challenges thrown your way, including a few hurricanes and power outages and filming and all kinds of fun technical mishaps that we've had, along with the fun, soft skills and life lessons that you all had to go through. The two films this year are beautiful. They really are beautiful. It's always bittersweet for us as faculty at this moment, because the last 2 years have been amazing, an amazing adventure filled with laughter and anguish, and for some tears. So I hope after all, everything is said and done, you can look back at these 2 years with very fond memories of the time we had together. I wish you all the best and cannot wait to see where the future will take you. So please stay in touch through social media, email, and all of you should have my text on speed dial by now. Don't be afraid to ask us for help on the way if you need So now, moving on to our graduating MFA students. Again, some of them are here, some of them are not. So when I call your name, if you're here, please stand to be recognized. Savannah Berry, her film's name is RUFFLED. Courtney Brinson, Pete and Patty. Joshua Cooper for Inkling. Emma Coutinho for Magic Shop. Hannah Huffman is Found. Jamie Locknick, Two Farmer. And last but certainly not least, Nathaniel Schrage for the Misadventures of Molly and Sadie. And finally, after the 9 animated films play, we have a special screening of a documentary film that was created in tandem this year by Thomas D'Antuono. By the way, he's still filming, so if you see him with a camera and you don't want to be filmed, just run the other direction. So without further ado, unless Joanne has any more she'd like to say, we're going to turn it over and start this reading. Thank you.
pretty bird. Hello, pretty bird. What? Pee? Pee? What?
And in today's news, experts fear coastal areas all around the world will become completely submerged within the next decade. Some even say that without a miracle, we are unfortunately too late to reverse the damage done to our ecosystem.
Just think, Pete. If we can get this to work, we'll be able to turn water into ice at the drop of a dime. So exciting. We just fixed the temperature catalyst. The wiring has been triple checked. The freeze reactor should react with the H2O molecules as soon as it touches the water.
Environmental scientists and conservationists have been restlessly working on a solution for this environmental issue.
Here at Hunters R Us, as we go over some of the best bear calls we have available. This next bear call is guaranteed to send a bear to your front door. Just take a listen, folks.
Those bird brains sent me waterproof capsules. No offense, Pete.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Enchanted Forest is proud to present Faye!
What? That's it? Only one human? My name is Faye, but you probably knew that already from all the storybooks written about me. What? You've never heard of me? Then I guess it will be your job to tell the humans how charming and amazing I am. Let's start with a card trick. This one's your card. Don't worry, I'm not looking. Is this your card? Ha! Too easy. For my next trick, I'm going to pull a rabbit out of this hat. Ta-da! I knew I should have used a live rabbit. I was only doing these silly tricks so that your human mind wouldn't explode. But since you're clearly not impressed, let me show you what I can really do. What I can really do? I said what I can really do! Oh, you caught me. Just a fairy school dropout making rent off easily amused humans. And I couldn't even fool you! I mean, no offense. I am such a failure. I can't do anything! Did you just see that? I think I did that. I did that! I lit up the sky! Now you can go and tell a legend of how you saw Faye use magic for the first time in front of humans, obviously. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Look! That's the crystal!
No! Below the crystal! Molly?
Got it! Time to... Ah!
How is that thing still asleep?
Sage!
Sage.
Sage!
Okay, Sage. We got the crystal. Don't you think it's time to go?
Sage, calm down! For crying out loud! You're gonna wake up the...
Dang it.
Oh, come on! Use the crystal.
I don't know how to use that.
Just do something!
Ouch. So, same time tomorrow?
Sounds good to me.
Open your computer. Open my computer? Did you log into my computer illegally? How do you know my password? What's my computer? Yeah, you left your computer on. Wait, I put a mouse jiggler in the corner. You spent all Saturday in here, not working. No, it took her like 30 minutes to do that. Yeah, to be honest, dude.
We are a junior-senior year upper division track in the UCF character animation program. The goal is to train students to become production ready.
Superstitious is a film about an anxious and clumsy fairy named Alba who owns a magic shop.
And one day, her worst nightmare came true when a black cat stumbled upon her shop.
And chaos starts to ensue. We try to see if Alba's able to overcome her fears and save the both of them. Our team is 9 people solely dedicated to Superstitious. We have 2 people that both work on Superstitious and work on Frostbite. Because of that, there's only so much we can all really specialize in, because at the end of the day, we were focused on getting this film done. And that means we all kind of get our hands into a little bit of everything.
Frostbite's about a young treasure seeker
who goes into an abandoned laboratory in a snowy mountain in the Andes.
But when she gets there, she finds something much more meaningful. My family, whenever I told them that I wanted to go into animation, were not enthused. They weren't necessarily disapproving, but they always told me to have a backup plan.
What's your backup plan?
I don't have one. I was pretty hard set on animation and visual storytelling.
During most of my childhood, I said I wanted to be a doctor. I always had a certain curiosity about how things work. When I was around 12, my family and I visited LA, and with the touristy things you do in LA, you go see the studios and they show you how things are done, and I was like, wow, it's really cool. I actually don't want to be a doctor anymore. I want to make movies. By the time I was 15, I was mature enough to know that it's not that easy to become a director at Hollywood, and I started learning more about the technical aspects of the filmmaking process. That's how I learned about effects, and then that led into CG and led to learning about the animation process. And I think at their core, they're both ways of telling stories, just through different mediums. And animation has a sort of technical part to it that kind of fits into my curiosity for knowing how things work.
When I first said I was going into animation, I got no backlash from my immediate family members. The backlash came more from my Lolo and Lola, that is grandfather and grandmother in Tagalog. My Lola, she is a very typical Asian grandparent. She's like, I want you to be a doctor. And I was like, sorry, Lola. Pass it on to the next cousin, okay? That's not going to be me. So my Lola, I don't think she understands much of what animation is, but she is the type of person who she's going to be proud of me no matter what. She has drawings that I did when I was like 14 framed and hanging up in her house. I'm talking like real bad stuff, like baby's first anime drawing, you know, and she has it up in her house. So even if it wasn't the career path she wished I would go on, she's supportive of me no matter what.
I'm from Venezuela, and back there I went to university. I did law school for 4 years, and I had to stop that before finishing my thesis, which was gonna allow me to actually practice law. I had to come here to the US because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to come with the same privilege of being a resident as if I had waited more. My thing with law is that back then it was convenient for me. I was a straight A student, but it's not something that I was very passionate about. I would like do good in school, but that's about it. I wouldn't come to my house and then try to like research more or take time out of my day just to like do that just because I find it like exciting. No. And that's the difference with animation. Animation, I basically breathe anything related to like 3D modeling, animating characters, texturing, and that's one of the aspects that made me realize that I enjoy doing this more because when I'm doing it, I don't feel like I'm working.
How many hours a week do I work on the film? I would say roughly around 30 to 45 hours a week.
30 hours a week?
A rough estimate of 66 hours a week.
45 hours a week.
It's a lot of time that we spend putting in hours while we're in class, which is about 5 or 6 hours. And then after class, when you go home and you still need stuff that you have to finish up or to tweak, but it's like a full-time job. There's usually not a lot of time to do anything else because you're focused on your film, you're focused on finishing, you need to make sure that it looks good and that it presents your work effectively.
My biggest struggle has been imposter syndrome, and that is so common within most fields, but it's talked about a lot in creative fields. When I got in here and I first got into the program and I saw all my classmates and I saw their artwork, it's a limited program. 30 people get in a year, and I looked around and at everybody's work and all the things they could do better than me, and I was like, why was I chosen? Why am I here? I feel like this is not a place I'm worthy of being, and I still kind of battle with that. For instance, I said I work 30 hours a week. Victor said he works 40 hours a week, and then you get this mentality of like, am I not hardworking enough for this? Am I not as good at this? Am I not putting in enough effort for this? So like imposter syndrome has followed me through this program, and it's going to continue to do so when you have classmates who kind of also have that and can reassure you that like it's okay, and then also dealing with it and being like, I am perfectly good where I am. I'm doing my work. I am good at what I do. I've gotten better at doing that for myself. So imposter syndrome, definitely the most difficult part.
We have to learn so many software in a very, very short amount of time, and I think that's one of the biggest challenges since the beginning of this program, because there's just so much software to learn, and being able to learn all of that and apply the knowledge into the actual film is very challenging, because one moment I will be thinking like, oh, I'm doing just fine, and then the next day I will come in and everything will totally break. I also think that because we're in such a collaborative environment, such challenge when it comes to technology can always be solved when I'm with my teammates, because I will just look next to me and then I will be able to find help somewhere in the room. So that's a really nice thing about this program, because you're never actually struggle on your own.
Well, I don't think I ever really wanted to quit. I think I always really loved it, and it was just more of, I want to do this so bad, but I'm not doing it in the way that I want, or I'm not reaching the level that I thought I would get at certain goal points. And there's that thing of like social media where it's like you look at artists who are online and they're like, I'm 13 years old and I created this masterpiece and I was only working on it for 2 weeks. And you know, I'm sitting here at like 22 and I'm like, this layout took me the past semester and it's still not to the full extent of what I'd want it to be. Or seeing friends of mine that are also 22 being like, I have a kid and a house. And I'm like, I did my dishes this morning. And that kind of comparison of like, am I really doing all that I can? Am I really pushing myself far enough? Am I doing what I want to do and meeting the goals that I wanted to? And I think it's more of, not that I didn't want to do animation, but I was having an internal struggle of my self-expectations.
I think when I look back from wherever I end up in the future, I think I'll look back on this program as a very positive experience of learning about myself, because I think that if I hadn't gone through this program and I had gone to a different track or a different field, I wouldn't be pushing myself and my creative boundaries as much as I have. I don't think I would be able to take critique the same way. I don't think I'd be able to interact with people the same way. I think that being around other people and knowing their emotions and their feelings and how important this process is and how personal it can be and how essential it is to like navigate spaces with one another, that I can look back on it and be like, I know that embedding myself into this kind of community environment, this collaborative environment, that I was able to learn how to be better about myself and navigating and communicating, because I think that was a big issue for me at first. And I think I'll look back on it as being like, those are the years that were essential to me getting better and getting stronger and being like, okay, I need to hone in on my skills and I can't just slack and think that I'm the best at everything and be stagnating, because I think that it's an ever-evolving iterative process whenever it comes to art and design and even just like yourself and your communication with other people.